Hey there, people. So if we're at this point and we covered our reference image of an animal with these polygon shapes, I'm going to show you that these are all medium-sized polygon shapes. We're just going to drag out a selection. I'm just using the pointer tool. And just to group them, you can go over and right here is group or Command G. And now all of them were grouped in this one little layer. You can even just name this layer medium-sized shapes, and then turn it off, or you can even toggle the visibility of your reference image. You see this looks awesome. You still have like gaps between some of your shapes, so I'm going to show you how to just make like a few large shapes and get them right next to each other so it fills in these little gaps. So we're going to turn back on the reference image and then just temporarily turn off the medium-sized shapes and hit P for the pen tool. And this time I'm just going to go around and make just a few very, very large shapes. Do the shell. So once we make these larger shapes, we're going to move them on a layer behind the medium-sized shapes or underneath the medium-sized shapes. So again, just hit the border and then delete the border and toggle visibility and then sample from somewhere like in the middle. And then you go ahead and keep doing that with very large shapes. So the trick when you are trying to get them like right next to each other is not starting on another path. See, if you start at another path, the pen tool is going to add like another anchor point to that path, and it's not going to start the pen line. So you just have to like start away from another path, like this over here. And then when you get close to it, you can just follow along. It should snap right to it, and if it doesn't, you can turn snapping on in the options. The snapping options are right up here. It's even okay if they overlap a little bit, just so you don't get those gaps, because we're trying to minimize those little white gaps between our shapes by making these big, large polygon shapes. Again, toggle visibility off, hit the color picker, and then just pick a color. Now I'm going to keep going and do like his belly. Again, you can get it to snap, or if you want, it might be easier just to like have it overlap a little bit, like I'm kind of doing right now. Again, this is all to just get rid of the gaps or fill the gaps between your small shapes. So if you already filled all those shapes, you don't necessarily need to do this. All right. It's a nice big shape. Toggle visibility off, use the color picker, and pick in the middle color. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to finish this up so you get the idea, and then we'll take a look at the. All right, so I'm on my last shape right now, and I'm just going to review that when you're making these big shapes and you're trying to get the shapes to kind of interlock so there's no gaps, you want to start your new shape away from your other paths, because if you try to do it like right next to it, you might just end up adding another anchor point to an existing shape or path. So what I do is just start away from it, and then get right up on the lines, or even a little bit on top of the other shapes to overlap them, just so we're not leaving those white gaps, because that's really what we're trying to fill right now. And like I said, it's okay to overlap a little bit. Most of what we're doing now, most of the shapes that we're making right now are going to be covered by, your medium and small shapes. Toggle the visibility off if that ever gets in your way of seeing edges. All right, there you go. And then again, toggle visibility off, use the color picker, and pick a color that's in the middle, not too dark, not too light. That's it. Okay, so now we have the whole animal covered with these large polygon shapes. You can turn off your reference image, toggle the visibility off right here, and then I have just the large shapes showing right now. I'm just going to select them with the pointer tool. Just select and group all of them. Command G, and now you see over here in this group we can even name them large. Okay, and now I have a large group and a medium group, and I'm just going to drag that large group underneath the medium group, or actually that went inside the medium group. So you gotta be careful you get it between those layers where that line between the two layers pops up. And then you can go ahead and turn back on the medium shapes, and you have filled in all of the little gaps between your medium shapes by making these large shapes. So this is where we're trying to get to for this lesson. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and I look forward to seeing what you all can get.